Welcome. You have reached Imperial Reviews, and today's review is Incoming, a Netflix original. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get into it. So let's go over the cast for this film. And we got Mason Thames as Benj Nielsen. Raymond Reed as Eddie. Isabel Farah as Bailey. Rafael Alejandro as Connor. Ali Gallo as Elisa Nielsen, which is Benj's sister. Caitlin Olsen as Miss Nielsen, which is Benj's mother. Bardia Siri as Donna. Thomas Bakushi as Ruby. Anybody else I need that's pretty much it. So the main four characters is Connor, Benj, Eddie, and Donna. So in the spirit of, if you into movies like Superbad, Apple Pie, Good Boys, from way back in the day, Fast Time at Ridgemont High. If you into those type movies, this is right up the alley. They're always fun movies, high school, parties, humor, entertainment. So it's on that along the lines of a movie, not too much into it, just to see if it kept you interested. So the plot is you got four young men going into high school. So we know Good Boys, they were going into middle school. And Apple Pie, of course, they was already in high school going into senior year. Ridgemont High, I think they were seniors. It was going to the senior year as well. What else did I look at? Superbad. What was Superbad? Superbad, they were in high school. So it's right on the lines of all that. So these four young men going into high school. The movie starts off with Benj. He's basically the lead, and he has a sister. He has a sister that goes to the same high school. Now his sister has a friend named Bailey. Now Bailey, in the summertime, was up, and Benj and her got to talking, and she likes Benj, but he's like the little brother. But he ain't that little. But you know, she kind of got that stigma that she's messing with a younger person is not going fare well for her popularity. But she likes him. He likes her. So his thoughts is all on Bailey. They get to school, and when they get to school, Dana, his brother, is like a senior, and he has a reputation as being the cool guy. Everybody know, everybody want to be around. He got the little brother, so the little brother, Dana, pretty much wants to use the name like his older brother, but the older brother's like, you're not going to mess my reputation up, so you don't deserve to use the name until you old enough. So the brother's having a party. It's the first week back in school. We're going to have a party on the weekend. So Dana first said he's going to bring in all his boys. So it's four of them. So it got reduced to only bringing one. So then you have Benj's storyline. He got his sister. He likes Bailey. And they hooked him up where they got a program where a senior links up with a freshman, I guess, to show him the ropes, and it's a carpool, and the senior comes and picks Benj up. So he's part of that program, and Benj is linked with some guy named Ruby, who's pretty much stoner, part-time drug dealer, the worst that he can link him up with. Then you have Eddie. Eddie's storyline is his mom has a boyfriend. The boyfriend is kind of rude, eats his sandwiches, came to him asking for a condom, like real disrespectful stuff or whatever. And so Eddie's dealing with that. So now they all in high school. And so Dana also and his older brother is rich. So they get through the week, and then you meet the teacher. I did forget to mention the teacher. He was a key part of this. Bobby Canaville as Mr. Studebaker. So he's a chemistry teacher. So he's the cool teacher that all the kids dig. He always tries to say cool things to the kids. So they invite him to the high school party. Now he know he's not supposed to be going to the high school party, but he's going through a situation with his marriage. So he's down on his luck. He finds himself showing up to the party. So the party takes off, and the other characters that they show you in the film, they show you, of course, you got the most popular girl in school there as well. So when Dana found out that he couldn't have all his boys go to the party, he pretty much said, I had to only choose one of you. So, I forgot one of the friends too, Connor. Connor was a friend, so he was like a loudmouth, and he's like the comic relief. Short, they call him, the older kids call him Fetus, and short but a loudmouth or whatever. So Connor and Eddie pretty much said, hey, we're not going. Eddie really didn't want to go anyway. We'd just hang out at the house and play video games. Benj really wanted to go because he looking at this my opportunity to get with Bailey. So Dana chose Benj. The other two didn't care. So as the party takes off, Dana is in like a panic room type area where he can view everybody, scheme, see who he gonna mess with, do stuff like that. Meanwhile, Benj, he's in there, he's trying to get with Bailey, and she likes him. So you also get to see like all the different stuff that goes on with the party. So what takes place is the chemistry teacher shows up to the party. So he just tells everybody he just want to take one drink, and it just humorous from there. Mr. Stu, he said, I'm gonna take one drink. He shows them, of course, he's a chemistry teacher, so he's showing them about lighting alcohol on fire and then taking a shot. And he does that and said, I'm going. Before you know it, he's there again, taking a shot with somebody else in the party. Meanwhile, you have Eddie and Connor at the house. Now, Eddie's mom is going out on a date with a boyfriend, and the boyfriend is talking crap to him, and so he really doesn't like him. So after he's left at the house with Connor, they get the idea, well, we don't want to suck, so let's do something. So they initiate, they're going to take Eddie's mom's boyfriend's car out. And so he got a Tesla, so they taking out for a ride. Connor got like his permit already, so he's like the oldest one, but he's the shortest and the littlest, so nobody don't take him serious. So they out driving, so this get humorous. So they think the idea, let's ride up to the party and basically show everybody we driving. Yeah, we ain't in the party, but we driving. So when they drive, the most popular girl in school, she's drunk. And she called for Uber. She thinks they their Uber, so she gets in. They like, yo, we not your Uber. She was like, I'm going to give you a 1 star, but she's drunk. So they end up taking her to Taco Bell. So she's drunk. So it's going to be a mess. And she's eating her tacos. So now you get back to the storyline, back in the house. Earlier that day, Benj, before he got to the party with his carpool person, Ruby, they went and sold some older kids some fake drugs. He didn't know. Ben just went along for the ride. Now they show up to the party. They want revenge, and then Ruby try to say, I got this from Ben, just try to throw it on Benj, which was whack. But nevertheless, Donna's brother jumped in the mix, and he pretty much rolled on the dudes and got in a big fight. But it allowed him to relieve some stress with him and his friends, and him and the other drug-little people became friends afterwards. Donna, he seen a girl he wanted to mess with, so he told her this is partly his party too. He can let her use the private bathroom. Then took her into the salon, said they got locked in the salon. and he was giving her a massage, and he told her, let's get into the jacuzzi. In the process of him getting to the jacuzzi, he said he was locked in, so she was going along with everything, but in the process of him being in the jacuzzi, Gary getting in the jacuzzi, he slipped, fell, and dislocated his shoulder. So while he dislocated his shoulder. So he was freaking out and then said, go get help. She said, how? We locked in here. He said, it's a key. I got a key in my pocket. So now she found out he really lied. And that was the end of his night. He ended up in the hospital, of course. And so what happened back with Connor and so from there, we just stated that Danae dislocated his shoulder. Bailey kissed Bailey in a closet or somewhere in a room at the party. But then in the process of him being a freshman, being influenced, one of the guys told him, older upperclassmen, basically wanted him to do some drugs and influenced him, pressured him to do some drugs. And he I think the drug was ketamine, and it spaced him out. He thought he was sniffing coke, and he sniffed it off the girl's stomach. Bailey seen him, and she was upset with him. So that's how his night ended. The cops ended up coming and breaking things up. The teacher, Mr. Stu, he did a trick with fire again, and this time it burnt him up, and he threw himself in the pool. So a lot of is going on, humorous, a lot of events. Back with Reed and Connor, with the popular girl in the school, when she ate all that food, instead of her throwing up, she did a number 2 in the back of the car. And so they cleaned her up, took her back to their house. They fell asleep. When she woke up in the morning, she started hitting them. They told her, we just look after her, we just took care of you, basically. But they wasn't going to let her know that, put her business out there, what she did. So that was everybody's event. So the next day at school, they pretty much had like a ceremony. Mr. Stubert, he got fired because, the principal seen him on social media and drinking with the teenagers, high schoolers. Then from there, Connor and Reed, the popular girl, thanked them for taking care of her and, keeping their business to them. And so she embraced them with the cool group. And one of the guys that kept calling Connor feces or fetus, she pretty much used her popularity power to get him out of place. And then she introduced him as her friends to the rest of the cool kids. Benj, pretty much, he used to sing back in middle school. So he sung on the in front of everybody to Bailey and then asked her to be his girlfriend. She dissed him, but earlier she had already told him that she wanted to keep everything between her. So even though she dissed him in front of everybody and everybody carded on social media, she turned around, looked at him, and winked at him. So he was still in the game with her. And Reed also got back at his stepdad, told him what he did in his car, and pretty much told him that he going to demand some respect from him. And so he was kind of shocked that Reed did that, but embraced him at the same time. And Danae pretty much just came back in the fold the next day in an arm sling or whatever. So overall, decent movie if you're into those type of movies. Take a look at it. It's on Netflix original. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. I have my 4-star rating system. I give it a 2.5 out of 4 stars. Till next time.